And we're going to do our new moon reading and Vedic sidereal. It was in Gemini, and the new moon was yesterday on June 28th, 2022. So the reading that I gave y'all yesterday was an all zodiac sign reading. So it is pretty lengthy, but I don't know if one of my moderators took time to go back and time stamp it, which y'all know I usually don't. But I started from Aries down to Pisces, and I gave a lot of information for each zodiac sign, so that's why also it is kind of lengthy. Okay, but you can make sure when you do go and watch, or if you do go and watch the all zodiac sign reading, that you watch your moon sign, watch your Venus, your Jupiter, and your Mars. Don't really concentrate on only your sun sign. Okay, so if you do not know your sun sign, your moon sign, or your Mars, your Jupiter, your Venus, and also Mercury, your Mercury sign would be very important, because the new moon yesterday was in Gemini, and Gemini is third house, okay, or is Mercury, connected to Mercury. So I do have some links. I'm not sponsored by these companies, but I believe it's Astro Birth or Astro Chart for Stagner for Western astrology, and then I have a Vedic sidereal app. And again, I'm not sponsored by these companies, but they're very good apps for you to download, and it's free, of course, on their website, to put your time of birth in, city, state, or country, and get your chart. Okay, especially if you watch me, you would want to have a comparison, your Western, and I really rather you get your Vedic sidereal chart. Okay, because it's going to be very, very, very much different than your Western chart. Okay, so you could check my about section, and also the links are under each video in the description area. Okay, and again, I'm not sponsored by those people, so but if you was to get your Vedic sidereal chart, you'll know really how you are when it comes to your zodiac sign, and how different it you'll really find the difference in it. Okay, now y'all know I don't have any moon tarot decks, so I was looking for a new moon to put out for the energies for today. So only things I could find real quickly was the Gemini and this moon card here. All right, so it just got through thundering and lightning and raining real bad down here in Atlanta, and my lights was flickering on and off, so I had to wait until the storm passed a little bit before I can go on live. Okay, so this card is just a Gemini card, and the energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, informative, stimulating exchange is possible. Okay, now also third house of Gemini is about you having courage and willpower, listening more to your conscious mind. Yes, Mercury or Gemini is a very much communicative third house, but it's also not only just communicating, but after you communicate with a certain person or people or about a situation in your life, it's about you making a decision after you receive the communication, and then having the courage, okay, having the courage and the willpower after you are informed to then take action. Because a lot of you will get the information that you need, or you're waiting on information from a certain person or about a situation. But the thing is, do you really take action and make a decision? Okay, and move on after you make a decision about it. You have to follow through with action. All right, so your moon, which is a new moon. So the new moons are more for new beginnings, new manifestations. Even if you feel like you don't know how to manifest, or but if your heart and your mind aligned as one, you're already manifesting. Okay, so You can't have your mind so much on something else and then your heart is more torn or more invested in something else. Those two are divided. But if you strongly, okay, have the courage and the willpower to put your mindset and link it or match it with your heart intentions, then you're manifesting. Okay. And that's just a short way of putting it. So your conscious, your unconsciousness. Hey, Reese, how are you? Your unconsciousness, sensitive, inner emotions and responses. Okay, and this is not a new moon card, but it's a moon card. It's good enough. Now, the moon is your feelings and emotions, okay? It's water. It's water energy. Gemini is air. So, like I said, some of you with your air or your mental thoughts are not matching right now your responses. And your responses can be delayed because you're wanting or needing more informative information. So when you do get that informative information, what will or what was your sense of response? Was you outraged as the moon, as your feelings and emotions? Did you hinder or downplay your emotions as a sense of hiding it? Okay. As you see how the moon is being hid there. So are you hiding your emotions? Are you evaluating your emotions right now? Are you really becoming irate, very upset or emotional? So that means that your cups, your water, your emotions are very turbulent. Are you happy or are you feeling a level of content? Okay. Are you sitting in contentment right now with your emotions? So I don't want to use this deck. Let me grab this one. So your feelings as of yesterday, I'm going to tell you now, will really set the bar or set the tone for the next 30 days. That's why it was very important on each new moon to really evaluate unconsciously or subconsciously, okay, your sensitivity to your mental thought process and your feelings and emotions. Because how you are feeling during your new moon as a phase, a starting out phase, right? Because it goes from the new moon as a waxing, and then going toward more down into the weeks, toward the end of the month, it goes into a full moon, correct? And then I believe it goes into waning. Yes, which is a sense of decline. So some of you may need to really realize how, if you really journal, or you can do this as a project, okay? If you don't have to be a journal, it could just be a calendar, a 30-day calendar from the dollar store or somewhere. Okay, maybe you have one that's pocket size or purse size or somewhere around the house that you got it, put on your wall with a thumbtack or something like that, right? Right in that box where it says on that day, or you could start from yesterday, June 28th. In that box on June 28th, on your calendar, in that area, put how you were feeling yesterday. A lot of you, I feel that you were more upbeat, a more up tempo. I don't feel that a lot of you were feeling very sad, very nostalgic. I feel that your emotions was okay. All right. So as the days go, I want you in each day, in each area, just put one or two simple words to how your feelings and emotions are numbered. You could do 1 through 10, 1 being less and 10 being greater as a feeling of your emotions. You can also put, mediocre, I'm feeling blah, I'm feeling okay, however you want to describe your emotions. And for the next 30 days, all the way up until the full moon, and as you get closer to that full moon, I want you to see how your feelings and your emotions, your inner emotions, begin to change. Because we, as being tied to the moon here. We wax on and we wax off. So at the beginning of the month, your feelings are very high. You're very energetic. You're very outgoing. Your emotions are okay. But sooner we get closer to a full moon, and a lot of you probably don't even realize this or pay attention to it. Okay. And I'm not necessarily talking to the divine feminines according to your moon cycle, but you also can use that as a basis, as a way to track your feelings and emotions. Because unfortunately, for some divine feminines, our feelings and our emotions start to become as a sense of upheaval, or it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, closer to our moon cycles, which is for a lot of women either at the beginning of the month, the middle, or at the end. So the closer you get toward the end of the month, toward a full moon, notice how the numbers or the descriptive words that you use for your emotions start to change. Okay, because your moon, the moon, your emotions are getting fuller and fuller and fuller and fuller. They're getting heavier. You're probably overthinking a lot more. Some of you may start to get very emotional, very upset easily. Okay. And I'm not necessarily saying that because women have a moon cycle, oh yeah, that's why you upset. That's why you're all emotional. It's not really tied to it like that. Okay. That's more of a 3D classification. But for everybody, including divine masculines, because we're tied to the moon. That's why it's better for you to do new moon manifestations on the new moon and not on a full. Because on the full moons, you are full of emotions. It's not, and that's not a very good time for you to manifest, okay, or try to align your heart and your mind as one. Not on a full moon, but mostly toward a new. So we have incubations and we have dreams in reverse. And it also could be a very triggering point. Like somebody may contact you that maybe you don't want to hear from more toward the middle or toward the end of the month. And that's because they are feeling very emotional. Okay, so it's a very good time to try and settle emotional affairs, to try and squash differences around the first part of the month. Never try and go to your mate around toward the full moon or toward the end of the month. Really trying to discuss relationship or relationship problems. Okay, because both of you are going to be very sensitive and the responses are going to be very different than around a full moon. Okay. I mean, a new moon. Mm-hmm. Some of you may also look back if you know when certain arguments or certain things happened in your life. A lot of times it was more around a full moon. Mm-hmm. You know how you get fed up. Mm-hmm. So it's a chance to decrease, de-escalate, to talk about, to really communicate around a new moon time. And it's not really a very good time to discuss or to separate or break up and things like that when both people feelings and emotions and responses are going to be very high during a full moon. So you or somebody is ready to come out of incubation. Now, this may not have happened for you just yet. And for some of you may not want it to happen. Okay. But see there, sensitivity. Having an open hand. Okay. Like I was saying, this is why they was telling me about sensitive. Okay, your inner emotions, responses, and sensitive around the moon. So right now, as I'm looking at these two cards, the new moon as of June 28th, yesterday, Mercury, the new moon happening in Gemini, Vedic sidereal. This is the time to to go after your dreams, not as a sense of fantasy, to sit back and stay confused and stay in your dramatic place, whether it's you or somebody or people that you know, a family member, a lover, a husband, a wife, whatever. Okay, it's time to stop incubating, okay, which is a sense of isolating yourself, a sense of the hermit, not wanting to talk. You rather dream and to stay in a sense of safety and not really wanting to communicate, not wanting to stimulate or be stimulated, or to exchange information, to also receive it and also to give it out, to be informative to other people or a certain person. Okay, so a lot of you, like I'm saying right now, is becoming more open for communication. Now is the time. If it's something that you need to discuss with somebody or try and work something out around this new moon time, it's the time to come out of incubation. Okay. Now, some of you may not have lately been having such lucid dreams. You've probably been having a lot of lucid dreams the past couple of months, all the way up to the beginning of the year, but they could be subsiding. Okay. And it can also be to the movement of all the planets lining up like that. But I feel that it's time to understand why you are still sensitive, to either want to be communicative or why you don't want to be very communicative. Okay. But it's giving you a chance as an open door right now, the open hand, to exchange information, to stimulate conversation. So some of you, you may need to stimulate this conversation with somebody, but you've been putting it off. Okay. You haven't been wanting to do it. It's kind of like you've been taking a break, or you purposely have been separating yourself, isolating yourself, remaining calm. Okay. Because some of you, if you feel like you may stimulate conversation or get stimulated by other conversation, it may take you into like a slumber. It may kind of take you into more of a hermit mode. Like, I really don't want to deal with this right now, but you can't keep putting it off. Like, the person is going to sleep in the card. Okay, you can't keep putting it off. You can't keep sleeping on it. At some point in time, you need to deal with it, whether it's internally or you need to express it out through communication. Okay. Now, this also, like I said, can be another person that needs to do this towards you. I feel that this person has been really thinking about you very heavily, also dreaming about you, dreaming about how they would want to stimulate conversation or to exchange if possible. But for whatever reason, they broke up or separated from you, or you broke up and separated from them. They're not quite sure on the level of sensitivity here, how much you will be open to, getting this out into the open here. So who is the person, or both of you, is not having the courage to do this at this time? But somebody here as incubation is wanting to. So the next one is mastery. See that as the pose here is showing that you've elevated. You are in a very high ascension right now. The time that you did take off from this other person, or the sense of separation, or if you're going through a sense of separation right now, you have mastered a way of controlling your feelings, your inner emotions, not wanting or letting things to trigger you or to bother you. You've gone to another sense of vibration or frequency. And this is what you're concentrating on right now, a level of mastery of oneself. If you're not, this is really what you are working on right now. Okay. Mastering your level of sensitivity to people and things and situations in this 3D world. Okay. Because you rather stay zen. You rather stay zen. Okay. But us living as humans, we have to deal with other people. Okay, even if it's a job, career, or even if you're self-employed, whatever the case may be, you still have connections, some of you, with your children, with your parents, with other family members, with a lover, whoever. Okay, you're mastering yourself right now, and I feel that a lot of you, that's what you're concentrating on. So not wanting to take a gamble, not dating, not really going out having fun as you used to, or not really taking the time to invest into your own sense of creativity. Some of you are trying to still see, the level of sensitivity inside. Are you still wanting to, or are you still trying to have creativity for what you're trying to create? So it can be a hobby or endeavor or a project or business products, a website, whatever it is for you. It's kind of like you took a gamble on somebody or something at first, but now it's kind of taking you back to the drawing board, because sensitivity here, it didn't really turn out the way that you thought, or your mind process right now, needing more information, okay, as research of learning how to do something as a skill, because entrepreneurship is learned. It really can't be taught. I mean, you can go to a class and learn how to do it, but the mastery of it, that's something that you have to instill within you as a skill. You have to keep working on it. Just like you're working on yourself, right? Take that gamble on yourself that you can, as mastery, understand this, that you can do this. And something is triggering you very much here with sensitivity. Guidance. You see the tarot there? So the Fool card is very up close and personal here on the front of the card. Okay, so some of you, what you are mastering or learning right now, or will be learning, it really is linked to your soul path. So it can be something naturally that you're very good at, whether like, cosmetology or makeup or cutting hair, making artifacts or objects out of carving wood, with a knife, and you sit there and take a piece of wood and you can carve a certain object out of it. You know what you're good at. It can be cooking, baking, a seamstress, sketching, drawing, being a writer, whatever it is for you. Some of you are scared to take a gamble at this and feel that you can make a living out of it, or to really master it. Okay. When I say mastery, that means that it's built for you. It's made and built within you to, as a natural instinct. We all have it, but a lot of people don't pay attention to it. Okay. Now this is also about, at the same time, of relationship. You're seeking and understanding guidance through your own mastery of your life. You are the master of your life. Okay. While you're down here on earth, but whatever your religious denomination is, you know who the other master is, right? Or depending on what you believe in, right? But far here as earth, as long as you're in control of your human shell, you are the master of your human shell. Okay, so your human shell does what you as mastery teaches it. So this is, again, something that you need to concrete understand here. Perception. Your heart, green chakra here. This is what you are mastering right now, is how to, like I said, control your sensitivity when it comes to your inner emotions, your sense of responses. How do you respond to people? Do you cuss, fuss, and argue as a sense of response when your emotions are high or revved up? Do you not speak at all? Incubation, and go withdraw, hide yourself, go to sleep, isolate yourself. Because because everybody levels of sensitivity when it comes to their heart is going to be different. So what is your perception, right? What is your perception here? But you're getting control of your heart chakra though, through your own guidance, because you are the guidance of your journey and of your life. Everything that you master and do is you guiding yourself, okay? And as you guiding yourself and listening to your conscious, subconscious, okay, and conscious mind, and your feelings and emotions, your heart, okay, and the way that you are stimulating exchange of communication, because as you do that, that helps you to make a decision and then take action through that decision. Okay, but some of you are holding those feelings and emotions in and not doing anything with it because you're still trying to understand your own heart perception. Do I still want this? Do I still want them? Do I want to be alone? Do I want to date? I'm starting a new journey or a new chapter in my life. So right now I'm very sensitive. But somebody also here is becoming even more sensitive and will have an open hand here to exchange information with you. And that in itself can be a conversation that needs to be had. It's been on hold. It's been incubating. Okay, so within you and another person or people or situation, the information has been held up. It's been incubating. Okay, it's been simmering. It's been marinating, and it's time to get those feelings, responses, to fix those emotions, to come out of that sense of sensitivity of why you don't want to have that conversation, to clear the air, to brush it up. You know, you can't keep brushing it up under the rug because it's affecting your heart chakra. And I'm not necessarily saying you have to be back with the person, but the air, Mercury, the air needs to be cleared. It cannot continue to incubate inside of you because it's changing overall. Thank you, angels. Okay. Your perception in your heart toward other people that you're going to meet in your future and on down the line, especially if you want new relationship. You can't have emotions, okay, buried down in you, incubating. It's going to keep changing your perception for love, for sensitivity, your own level of sensitivity toward a new person, toward relationship. Okay, changing your sensitivity about your emotions, about how you feel about partnership in or marriage. Because you got emotions and words, exchanges incubating inside of you that needs to be expressed and to be let out. You don't want to take the gamble. So again, pointing to the Fool card here, it's up to you to believe in your faith, and your faith is you as a sense of mastery. You are the master of yourself. So the more you master and keep telling yourself, okay, to keep hiding your feelings and emotions and to keep incubating a certain way of sensitivity or a certain way that you don't want to deal with a person or people or a situation, you don't want to talk about it, okay? The more you keep burying that, it's going to keep changing your heart. This card from yesterday. Another person involved, someone else influence, outside party, rival, love triangle, or love triangle plus a stranger. So for some of you, you know, what was this going on? I guess this. Your perception is once somebody cheat or somebody cheated on you and that's why you're single or broke up, then that's pretty much how every relationship from now on is going to be. And your perception for most of you is that's how you look at situations now. But the card mastery, you need to master that. You need to of the of the sensitive way that, yes, some of you did have a third party situation going on, whether it was you that did it or whether you was put in it as a love triangle. Okay. And the perception of that is what had you in a sense of incubation. Sorrow, hurt, feelings, emotions, Three of Swords, heartbreak, heartache. Okay. Some of you taking a long time now of deciding sensitivity to stay single because your heart perception changed after you were included, or your relationship turned out to be a third party triangle. But again, like I showed you, you've elevated now. A lot of you, that is your past. I don't care if it was a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months ago, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You're not on that same bottom level here. You've raised your frequency and vibration. So as mastery, okay, your perception, your heart is trying to give you guidance that you are not that same person you were when that happened to you. You've changed yourself. You've mastered that within yourself. Okay. So the challenge for a lot of you right now is that you're fixing your inner emotions and your future responses. Okay. As changing your perception in your heart when it comes to the way that you express, the way that you give information, what you also take in as a sense of mastery. Okay. Not letting everything still affect you the way that it used to. Sensitivity. Perseverance. I almost fell on the floor. So with incubation in reverse and perseverance coming out, that's very good. Like I said, Mercury, third house of Gemini. Taking the courage and the willpower to make a decision finally, okay, as the master of your shell here, and to still move forward because your frequency, vibration, and your you've changed. Okay. And like I said, don't let other people's influence or outside influence your perception. And that outside influence is the people or person that put you in a love triangle, or cheated on you, or whatever the case may be, betrayed you, or whatever your situation was, right? You have to be the mastery to have perseverance for your own self. Nobody is going to give you perseverance. That is a courage, and that is a will power. All right. I want to know what the sensitivity is, and also actually taking a gamble. Some of you are not dating, not wanting to date, not even thinking about it, because you are, you're still evaluating your heart from past situations. So on sensitivity, okay, get things going. Fuel, kindle, torch, effort, spark, fan the flames. Okay, so like I said, some of you are scared to come out of incubation because you don't want anybody new or a new type of situation to fan your flames. Perseverance, to really get you up and going again. Why? Because your perception in your heart is still that I'm going to get hurt again, and I don't want to do that. Which is understandable. We're all humans. But you can't stay in a sense of incubation forever. I hope that you don't want to. I see a lot of y'all have a catalyst coming towards you. And a catalyst is somebody that was through and to help you gain your courage and willpower back regarding your heart perception and dating, love, also your creativity. Okay. You have to have perseverance with your creativity because it's your creativity. Nobody can do your creativity like you can. Okay. Let me, hold on. Not that. I feel also with this ignite. Somebody, and it may not be the ex that did you wrong, okay? It's other people in your life in the past that y'all didn't really make it that far. You maybe talked or dated for a while. Maybe they moved. Maybe you moved. Maybe y'all were still friends, but you haven't kept in touch. It's not always that your perception of heart, that you automatically go back and think about the ex that did you wrong. This is why the mastery card is here. You're so much more better than that, that it's time for you to change your mindset to Mercury, Gemini, okay? Of always thinking of mischievous things or mischievous situation from your past. What about the good memories that you do have? Why are you always keep reflecting on things that hurt you? This is why the mastery card is here, okay? It's time for you to heal that. You've been in incubation long enough. It's time to come out of that and to perseverance, push forward. The flames within you are trying to ignite. So that you can get things going in your life. The orange card here is also your sacral chakra. Some of you are celibate, okay, for whatever reason. It's your choice. Because you don't want to take a gamble on even dating or close sensitivity, intimacy. And intimacy don't have to mean the 3-letter word starting with a S. Intimacy is nurturing and caring and hugging, walking hand in hand. Intimacy is also your feelings and emotions. Some of you, it's time for your feelings and emotions to get ignited, but you're wanting to incubate. So the dice here, gamble in reverse, came up with the mice. Okay, coming out of that fatigue, time to come out of that stress, anxiety, worry. Okay, instead of reducing this card in reverse, you're amplifying it. Okay, coming out of restlessness, the filth that this third party people or persons left behind within you. Okay, now this also can be the type of people that maybe you tried to connect with, or you tried to spark a flame with that person. But filth in reverse is something that is not filthy. It's not decaying. It's trying to get stronger. Okay, right? It's not deteriorating. It's trying to rebirth. Earthing. It's not a loss anymore. It's trying to be a gain for you. Okay, no more taken away from you, mastery card. There's no more theft, or you're not allowing theft of people, third party and other people influence, and also the fussing, the cussing, the rivals. Okay, the rival between you and another person, all of that, as the mice in reverse, you need to was asking you. I don't want to say you need to. Okay, let me rephrase that. That was me saying need to, not the angels. The guidance here is asking you, okay, or advising you, it's time to take a gamble, because incubation here, you're incubating stress. You're incubating fatigue. The more you keep laying down, the more you're going to keep being fatigued. Perseverance is the opposite of fatigue. Perseverance is getting up, walking, doing mild exercises, a couple of jumping jacks, push-ups, okay, taking a walk around your neighborhood, or if you got a big piece of land, go out there and walk around your piece of land. Go down to your neighborhood creek or lake or something like that. Okay, but the more you incubate, yeah, you're going to keep being fatigued. And that fatigue is going to keep bringing on stress. The stress going to keep sparking or sparking the flames, fanning the flames when it comes to your anxiety. And we're not trying to gamble on that anymore. Those there is self-imposed or other people's influence, which is anxiety, stress, okay, and worryation. The restlessness, the deterioration, and the fatigue, that's on you. You're giving your body that because you're not perseverance. You're not getting up, fanning the flames within your own self to get up and do something, to be creative. Okay. And your creativity can be whatever you need it to be, whether it's a product or project, doing things around the house. Okay. Because some of you could have also just let your house or your situation in your home, things in your home start to deteriorate. Okay. You're trying to, or you're allowing illness to set in. And illness is sparked by no perseverance as mastery for one's self, unless it's a past hereditary type of disease. But it's all type of illnesses though. Again, if you keep being in incubation, that's also how illness can start to set in, because you're losing faith, you're losing hope. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to go out. You don't want to entertain. You know, you can go on a cordial date. You don't have to be turning into an intimate, or now I have to be boyfriend and girlfriend or same-sex relationship because you go out with somebody. You meet somebody up and you go to a movie. You go play golf. You go shoot pool, or you go bowling. Like, you have to fan the flames for your own self here, right? Bottom of the deck is the card from yesterday, which is the Anchor, stable, enduring, solid. This is what your guidance is trying to get your heart, your perception, your perseverance is to getting this sense of deterioration. Also, not only your surroundings, but it also could be health checkups. Okay, I keep hearing teeth. So some of you, your teeth are deteriorating. Okay, and also could be decaying. Coming out of restraint, okay, getting you into feeling more secure through your own perception of yourself and the people that you deal with. Okay, and we also, hey, life path oracle, and you see that persevere. What is this card? They already gave it to you. Perseverance. Willpower, what I keep saying for 40 something minutes, taking advantage, fortitude. Okay, the guidance here by the tarot is wanting you to be an anchor, not just for your family, okay, your immediate family, your children, or whoever you're living with in your home, but also for one's self. If you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to be here to help take care of the rest of your family? So you have to persevere. You have to bring in, okay, from the bottom up, willpower. All right, let me throw out something what's going to be your surrender card, something to help you needing to surrender. So when you go back and watch the reading of all zodiac signs from yesterday, listen to what your moon sign says, okay, and what your Mercury zodiac sign says, and what your Leo, your dating life, or your fifth house. So if you don't know that, I'm going to advise you to watch Pisces, or listen to Pisces, listen to the Leo reading, listen to the Cancer reading, okay, listen to the Virgo, and listen to the Aries, okay. You can listen to Gemini if you want. So I said listen to Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Pisces. So if you go back from yesterday and listen to those all sign zodiac readings, go listen specifically. Not only if you want to listen to your sun sign, fine, okay, but first listen to those zodiac signs that I called out, and listen to what I said pertaining to those readings. Surrender defensiveness. So that is that inner emotions and responses. Okay. Some of you are really still set in, or will continue to, for the next 30 days, respond out very defensive. Okay. We don't want to do that because we've mastered from all of that. Okay. We're getting a hold on that, a sense of mastery. We're getting a hold of responding defensiveness. So that is like outburst, cussing, fussing. I mean, you can't stop cussing and fussing, but it's a certain level to what some of y'all are doing or going through, or the people or person that is around you. Also could be family, okay, that keeps trying to fan your flames. And this is why your responses is coming out defensive. So defensiveness is a sign of weakness. And this is why the mastery card again, you are not a sign of weakness. You are much more in control of yourself and your vibration more than you think. So you don't need to show defensiveness as a sign of exchange of communication. Okay. We need to be more lively, more witty, talking with a sense of restraint and not a sense of outburst. We are a sense of mastery of our inner emotions, or this is what we all are working on right now. And we want to showcase a sense of willpower and perseverance. We don't want to come across as a sign of weakness, but that is what it is. Most people think when they holler and cuss and scream to the top of their lungs and all this stuff that it's a sign of power. No, it's really a sign of weakness. So if this is somebody coming towards you, okay, where they still may have a third party situation going on, but they're trying to see what is your level of sensitivity if you're going to accept them back. This is why your heart chakra right here is telling you that you have changed from that. Okay. You've changed from that, and you do not want to be back into that anxiety, worryation, and stress. Is this person cheating on again? Or are they still doing this? Who are they talking to on the phone? Where did they feel, where did they just go? This is why you incubated yourself, because it was just too much. Communication is a more empowered way. Stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. You see the response word right here? Here we go again. The word responses. Okay, the moon. So, like I said, up until the next 30 days, some of you may have this, a catalyst, or it can be a new person as a catalyst to fan your flames to see where you are as a sense of mastery. Whether it's somebody you're working with, a boss, a family member, can also be your own children, whether they're young or old. It could be your best friend. It could be the person you're living in the same house with. Somebody may contact you because now they're coming out of hiding, incubation, and now they're wanting to test your sensitivity to see if you could still tolerate them. Okay? Surrender your intuition, which is the moon. Tune in to your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. Guidance. All right. We're about to wrap it up here. Let me see. I want to clarify this defensiveness, message of concern. Like I said, some of you deep down inside incubating, you're still waiting on a message. Whether you want to admit it, you don't admit it to me. Okay, you check your own sensitivity of feelings and inner emotions and your level of sensitivity to what it may be if if you do or if you already have gotten a message from the person, whether you're wanting to, Gemini, third house of Mercury, send it out as a message of concern, or you're going to get one. So it's asking you, how are you going to respond? What level of sensitivity are you going to answer? Okay. Are you going to be to fan the flames and have an outburst as a response, the moon? Or are you going to, like the card says here, because this is the card I'm clarifying, right? Are you going to stay more empowered, okay, and centered and hear the person out? And then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Why? Because you are more lively, you're more witty, okay? You are very more informative with your responses now. You're very detailed. You're not trying to fan the flames within you or spark something up in you. You also are not trying to spark the flames to ignite an argument so that the outbursts or responses will blow up between the both of you. Listen to your intuition. What is your gut feeling telling you? Some of you are already getting flashes because the incubation card is in reverse. Some of you are going to have an aha moment, okay, where you may feel as an inclination that you're going to get some type of message from somebody from the past. And like I said, it may not be the person that had you in a third party situation. Maybe at the time that you were friends with somebody that you were about to put them in a third party situation and they left you alone. So it goes all different type of ways. Okay. All right. So what is this? Surrender to your intuition. This card is in reverse. Unexpected income. All right. So the Pentacle card for me is always time, money, and energy. So listening to your intuition, like I said, your level of perseverance is linked to your income right now. Are you going after employment? Are you signing up for employment? Are you being creative to find different ways as a source of income to come in? Okay. Because some of you are not expecting this, because you already gained it or thought it was a loss. Some situations and relationships can be recovered. Every relationship on this earth with billions of people, some do want to be or can be back with their ex. Some can't. Okay? Because I feel that most of it was about either third party situation or somebody influencing you to leave that person alone, okay, through as a rival because they don't want to see you happy. And then you fell for it. You took that person's advice and the other person left because a lot of you were listening to other people's influence instead of mastering your own house, mastering your own skills and how you perceive and what your own perception is. So a lot of you are letting other people run your household. Because a lot of outside party. Now, the other person you were dealing with also could have partaken in letting outside people, their friends, their family, the people that they hang around, okay? Also, maybe another intimate thing that they did with somebody else to influence over your situation and love relationship with them. So for a lot of you, that's a loss to me. I don't want to be back bothered with that or that person. But your heart, let me clarify this, because your heart perception is changing. I'm not here telling you you have to forgive anybody. That's not what I'm saying. Listen to your own tuition. It's 1 billion people on this earth that can see this video, and it's going to be different for everybody. But everybody can, you know, have a chance to have a stimulating conversation, to be adults about it, and to offer a clear response. Expectation. That's why I told you, somebody, some of y'all heart is expecting this, the aha moment. Listen to your intuition. It may be soon. For some of you, it may be toward the end of the year. For some of you, it may be next year. The readings are not about what happens today. Okay? So you're still expecting something as a sense of closure is what I hear. Let me throw a tarot down. Some of you are still expecting closure. You know, and for some of you, that's what you may feel that you need. Then okay. If that's going to help you to turn into the Fool card and to take a leap of faith and persevere and, you know, stay single and move on with your life, and now your heart is healed, then allow for that conversation to happen. No success. No rival. Okay. Some of you feel like expectation that this is not going to be or to turn out successful. Whether you answer the message, whether you do not do outburst or be upset or whatever the case may be. Okay. Now this also could be the other person. This is my 6 of Wands, which is the Leo card. That's why I told you to watch Leo reading. See there? The Fool card. This is why I kept pointing over to the Fool. Guidance. Guidance is here. The Fool card is telling you to persevere. Whatever you decide to persevere and to go after, and to allow something, okay, to be resolved, it can turn out to be successful. But a lot of you are looking at yourself because something that somebody else did to you, now you kind of feel through your heart perception that you did not succeed or win at a relationship, okay, that faltered, or a marriage or something like that that didn't succeed or have success in it. Now you're feeling like you're not very successful. Whoever this is, that's the 6 of Wands. They don't have any third party people around them anymore. So either that's you or the other person. So this is why they're coming back, okay, through their own guidance and intuition as the Fool, to see what your level of sensitivity is to speak with them again. They told me to show y'all this card and to see how the heart is outside of the chest. You see how she's looking at the emerald. She's looking at the emerald stone, which is her heart. Okay, your heart is a gem. The heart also is Leo, 5th house. Dating, sex, love, procreation, okay, creativity, going out, having, you know, movies, games, participating, all that type of stuff like that, right? But she's looking at her heart from the outside of her chest, trying to understand her perception of it. So again, like I said, when this situation happened to you, you're going to be looking, or it's asking you to look at it through your heart, okay? Not from the outside, but from an outside perception or perspective. The Moon card again in reverse. Hiding feelings and emotions. You also need to really continue to work, for a lot of you, on your credit here. Continue to work on your line of credit, or if you're trying to establish some business credit, you may need to talk to some type of an accountant or somebody who works with credit repair or credit, okay? Or to help you to establish a secure loan or secure some type of business loan, or to help you guide you with your finances, because the Moon also is a line of credit. Some of you, this person left you with bad credit or something like that, with the moon in reverse, the page of cups, wanting to express again feelings and emotions. I told you to watch the Pisces, right? The fish right there. Okay, that's too many cards. I'm just going to look at them. The Five of Cups in reverse. You're now, as a sense of mastery, for some of you, this is still anxiety and stress. Okay, going into a deeper level. So some of you also may need or listen to your spiritual guides if you need to go talk to someone to as a counselor. Okay. Also could be your pastor or pope or bishop, whatever it is for you. Okay. Some of you, your response may be like, you know, hey, we can take things slow, or we could just stay friends, Page of Cups, but I'm really not trying to invest into a whole nother relationship with you. But, you know, it's cool clearing the air. It's making my heart feel better. It's also going to help intuitively to bring me out of this incubation. It's going to help me to evaluate my heart chakra, that everybody is not the same. So as I'm evaluating that, it's helping me, the Fool card, to open up and to take a chance again, not only about this other person, but on life, on, you know, getting yourself out there, persevering, dating, opening up, you know, doing things that you like to do. Okay, because some of you are just totally being like isolated on purpose. And it's time for you to be the Fool card. You know, the Fool card is a reset. So the Fool card also for me is always a 50-50. So that's why I kept going back over the heart perception. For some of you, this is a 50-50. For some of you, Seven of Pentacles, it's a no. Okay, you're not gonna wait on them. You're not gonna wait on a message. But you had the message of concern. Okay, so some of you are still in your heart chakra and you're concerned about the person. Some of you, you know, you're trying to see expectation here. What could you expect now that all this time has went by? Right? Now that all this time has went by. Because you're still very guarded. Nine of Wands. Okay? You're hurt and wounded, yeah, but you still, perseverance is still standing. And for some of you, expectations, you are still waiting on a relationship to manifest with this person. Let me end it with the door. Thank y'all so much for watching. Ooh, that was quick. This is your door. You see that, all that debris and chaos and everything like that? That takes me back to this mice card. The illness, the fatigue, the stress, the anxiety, the worryation, you know, the restlessness, the filth and decay, deterioration. Okay. And this could be your heart chakra of how a lot of you felt like this person left you from this third party situation. But the Fool card is saying it's time for a reset. It's time to clean all of this up. Okay. It also could be your credit. Some of you got a lot of evictions on your credit, or apartments or something like that, and you needing to clear up your credit. So you have the walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people. The earth is your tribe. In indigenous, I can never say that word, lessons, you'll find the will to survive, the willpower. So even though you may have came from past relationship situation, no matter how long ago it was, okay, the walkabout is saying that, you know, it's time for you to discover your path. And all of you know that that's exactly what the Fool card is. It's that you're having a reset in life now, in everything, and you're becoming even a more master or mastery of your life, of your journey. You're understanding where you're going, how you want to get there, how to keep things secure and solid, how to restrain your outbursts, your feelings and emotions, how much emotions and feelings you do give out to somebody. right? You've also learned that. You're mastering a lot of skills as you're the Fool. This is you going on the journey of your life, the walkabout. And sometimes, yes, that's life. It's going to be like that. But then sometimes you will come out successful. Okay? All right. So this is your reading for today. Thank y'all so much. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.